Hey, what's up, guys? It's Alex here. So, this week I'm going to bring you both week 4 and week 5 top match as well as the top 5 moments because on week 5 we have lot of forfeits, so there were not enough matches happening in week 4. So, we are going to club both 4 and 5 week in this video. I hope you enjoy it. So let's get started with the best match of this week, which is between Bardo and Jude VGC. Both were ranked number 1 and 2 in Lens division currently, and this was a great matchup. Bardo led with Mousehold and Dondozo, but it is not a Dondozo, it's a Zoroark. Whereas Jude VGC led with Glimora and Roaring Moon. Immediately, Jude VGC knew that Mousehold is going to be a pain here, so he switches out his Glimora into Taurus, but it was a mistake because uh, Mousehold went for Roaring Moon, who used focus energy to get a critical boost, but even after getting intimidated, Roaring Moon easily got knocked out with the population bomb. Then Armourouge came in and protected, thinking that Mousehold is going to target it, but it went to Taurus, who is holding Rocky Helmet, which took out Mousehold over there. Nandrondozo came in and Tasugiri joins the field as well. Armrouge is holding a Mirror Hub, gets all the stat boost from Dondozo. But what happened here is that it was not enough to pick up a KO. But it was a great strategy used by VGC to run a Mirror Armor on Armrouge and having a Grass Terra so that it can resist the wave crash coming from Dondozo. And Mirror Hub copies all the stats, so it easily finish up the game for Jude. In game 2, Bardo led with the same team with Mousehold and Zoroark, whereas Jude changes his lead from Glimora and Roaring Moon to NDD and Armourouge. So he knew that last game Bardo. So Jude knew that in last game Armourouge was the MVP for his team, so he wanted to protect him and knew that Bardo will target Armrouge with Mousehold's population bomb, so he switches out to Taurus, which took out the Dark Pulse easily and able to take out Mousehold with Rocky Helmet damage as well. Whereas NDD used Draining Kiss because it was Zoroark. Jude knew that Bardo will lead with Zoroark, not the Dondozo. So when Mousehold fell, Bardo bring out Dondozo and switches out his Zoroark with Tasugiri. But this time Armrouge was not on the field to copy all the stat boosts that Dondozo got uh, like in the last game. So Dondozo got the stat boost, but in Jude's size nobody has it. So here Jude went with follow me because he knew Dondozo will go for the order up on Rolling Moon, and he went with focus energy again so that his moves get higher critical boost. And he uses Night Slash, which already has +1 critical chance. So it hit critically and done 53% damage to Dondozo. So here uh, Bardo knew that if it was on a roll, uh, Roaring Moon can KO Dondozo over here, and Armarouge can pick up KO on Tatsugiri by following uh, uh, when Tatsugiri got out of Dondozo's mouth. So to make sure that he doesn't lose the game that way, he used Protect so that the leftovers was just enough for Dondozo to survive uh, Night Slash from Roaring Moon so that Tatsugiri doesn't get KO'd. So here Dondozo pick up Roaring Moon and Armrouge KO'd Dondozo, but Tatsugiri and uh, Zoroark are on the field, so it is 2 versus 1. And Armrouge being a slow mon doesn't able to pick up KO over here, so we went to game 3. If Bardo didn't protect his Dondozo in this game, he might have lose this game and lose the set as well. In game 3, Bardo led with Mousehold and Dondozo, whereas Jude VGC led with NDD and Armrouge. So Bardo led with this lead twice uh, as well, but this time it was indeed Dondozo rather than Zoroark. Jude read that correctly and went for armor cannon on Dondozo and follow me on NDD, but NDD was not bulky enough to survive the population bomb from Mousehold. Armor cannon went to the Dondozo's protect, and Taurus came to the field to lower the Mousehold's attack stat, but instead of taking on Mousehold, it goes for bulk up to survive the incoming attack from Dondozo. But uh, that was a mistake from Jude that he neglected Mousehold for too long that it was able to pick up two straight KOs, both in DD and Armrouge. So now Dondozo is set up for Bardo, but uh, both Taurus and Roaring Moon will not be able to survive against this Dondozo because the Armrouge, which contains the Mirror Hub and that made Jude won the game one, is now already been taken out by Mousehold. So Roaring Moon tried its best to get a critical hit from Night Slash, but the +1 critical hit was not enough to do any certain amount of damage on Dondozo. So now Taurus used bulk up after bulk up, but it was not enough. It was just denying its death rather than uh, giving up already, but it tried its best hoping that when it wakes up, it uses body press and it hit critically on Dondozo. But Taurus can never able to survive against Tasugiri and Annihilate that are sitting behind. So it is 3 versus 1. So Jude cannot win this set at all. But it was a great play from him that he never gave up and hoping for the best, that it went for critical hit after critical hit and hoping that Tasugiri or uh, Annihilate later on misses their attacks. Taurus manages to take on all their incoming attacks from Dondozo really well with +4 defense. So here Bardo also knew that he can't win with the Dondozo, so he went with order up on Tatsugiri instead of Taurus, so that Taurus is, quickly took out Dondozo so that the match didn't run for too long. And when the Dondozo goes out, Tatsugiri uh, cleans the matchup, and Bardo win the set by 2-1. It was a great match, showing great skills from both the sides, like Focus Energy, Roaring Moon, Bulk Up Taurus, and using Tasugiri and Dondozo really well with Zoroark, Illusion, and Mousehold also played a vital role. So Bardo played a really great mind game in this set, which made him win the set easily. So it's time now for this week's top 5 moments. So at number 5, we have a matchup between Bandia and CJ. So in this matchup, CJ currently have 3 Pokemon left, Hydreigon, Mismagius, and Fortress, whereas Bandia only left with Corviknight and Friggraph. So Corviknight already uh, Terra into Poison type and logged into Terra Blast. So sorry, not logged into Terra Blast, but Terra into Poison type. So uh, CJ knew that if he take out Freygraph, he can easily win the matchup by default, because Poison type Corviknight will not be able to win against uh, Shield type Hydreigon as well as Fortress. So that's why this strategy I liked a little bit, because he. At number 4, we have a matchup between Angel and Asphro. So in this matchup, I chose this matchup at number 4 because of great competition between both guys to set up weather for their team. Like Angel wanted to set up Sun so that Fluttermane gets its booster energy from it, whereas Asfrog wanted to set up Hail's sorry, Snow, because he wanted to utilize Snow for his ice type Pokemons. Iron Hand went for fake out on Grumpig, but Grumpig is wearing a cover cloak, so it doesn't matter. Setup it used Imprison, but Slowking didn't went for Trick Room. Instead, it went for Chilly Reception to set up Snow for Sea Titan to enjoy with its Slush Rush ability, and it boosted its defenses as well. But Grumping is running Sunny Day, so it went for Sunny Day instantly. Now, as Frog knew that uh, his Sea Titan is going slow in Sun, so he switches out so that he can set up Snow with Slowking again with Chilly Reception. Now Frostmoth can easily set up a Queer Dance, which can help him win this match, but Grumpig uh, uh, has Trick Room, so it set up uh, Trick Room for its team because Angel didn't want Frostmoth to sweep through his team. Sorry, her team. And when Angel knew that uh, Frostmoth is gone, now both Slowking and Sea Titan are gonna enjoy the Trick Room, so she decided to reverse the Trick Room again so that Baxcalibur finish up game easily. So it was a great play from Angel in this set. That's why this matchup is at number 4. At number 3, we have a matchup between AD and Truss. So here Truss is currently having Among Us and Baxcalibur, whereas AD is having Cryogonal and Garchomp on the field currently. Cryogonal already put to sleep by Among Us, and Garchomp knew that Baxcalibur is going to target that slot with Ice Shards. So AD Terra into Fire type to uh, remove that uh, weakness to Ice and able to took out Among Us before it put Garchomp to sleep with Spore. Now Baxcalibur and Dragalge both are weak to ground type, so Garchomp easily took both of them uh, out, not both of them, but put a lot of damage on Dragalge to make AD win the set. So that was a great Terra from AD's part. That's why this is at number 3 position. At number 2, we have a matchup between Trip and Toaster. Currently, Toaster is having Stanler and Gudra on the field, whereas Trip currently having Crocodile and Torkoal. Toaster went with the Muddy Water with Gudra that lowers the accuracy on Torkoal. So after just one Muddy Water, Torkoal uh, needs glasses to land its attack. It can't even see uh, Stanler and Gudra in this matchup and can't even land a single hit on both of them. Like this eruption misses on both, and later on it again misses the heat wave on Gudra. So that accuracy drop was huge in that matchup, and it was hilarious to see how Torkoal can't even target correctly in this matchup. At first position, we have a matchup again between Angel and Asfroth. So this time, Angel manages to took out the slow king already, but Asfroth is currently is in great position with mouse hold on the side of Frostmoth so that Frostmoth can easily set up itself with double quiver dances, and it is now scaring the Angel's team for a sweep. Frostmoth turned into a Steel Terra and manages to set up another quiver dance. So after two quiver dances, it's outspeeding everybody. And now Angel knew that her uh, Fluttermane is in danger, so thought that Frostmoth might be targeting it. So she switches her Fluttermane to Grumpig, and but Frostmoth targeted Skuntank over there and took out with just one shot with Ice Beam. Now Grumpig wanted to set up Trick Room for Frostmoth to sweep in later half of the game, but Mousehold has taunt, so it taunted Grumpig to restrict it to setting up Trick Room, and that's where Frostmoth easily sweep all the four mons of Angel easily after setting up two good dances. That's why this matchup was at number one this week. I hope you enjoyed this video.